don't try to own something. That's a big mistake. Every creative entrepreneur or businesses in Uganda think that you can do this alone. You can't. You will never. The people at the top are collaborating. The people at the bottom are competing. Your degree, your education means nothing out there in the streets. You have to be streetwise. And streetwise is you applying your skills. You have to possess so many skills.
Yeah.
Yes, what you have to unlearn are the skills you were taught at school.
Yeah.
The skills in the marketplace are very different.
Welcome once again to Lessons My Diary. I'm here with Mr.
Joel Okalani Odom.
Joel, if someone is meeting you for the first time or is seeing your face for the first time, tell us, who is Joel?
Joel is a creative. He's an entrepreneur. He's a fashion designer. You know, as creatives, we always have very many different ways of describing ourselves depending on the situation and who we introducing ourselves to, but I'm a designer I began my journey as a designer with Joel Trends. The company is called Joel Trends,
Yes.
and we transform the way people experience Afrocentric fashion. Also have a platform called Ekikumba Fusion,
Yes.
which brings together different creatives.
Yes.
So what we're trying to do is harness the power of interdisciplinary fields, that is with fashion designers, models, content creators, musicians, film actors, because all this play a bigger part of the industry. Yeah.
Very interesting.
And many like to call me the fashion world's most exciting disruptor.
I like this. I like the destructive bit. So, Joel, tell us your story. How did Ekikumba Fusion start? And how did Joel Trends start? Talk to us about the beginning of that journey. Because I noticed you did international business. So tell us, what drove you away from international business and get into fashion and entrepreneurship within fashion?
Oh, interesting question. You see, I've always fancied fashion and design. Like, it is a way of self-expression.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, I remember there was a quote where I think it was by Americans, like, it's the role of the artist to make sure people realize life, discover themselves, and understand the world more. And I love to express myself growing up as a child and through fashion, because that was a bigger tool for one, identity and self-expression. It always brought out the confidence in me. So during the university, I really engaged so much into selling apparel.
Yes.
And that is second-hand clothes, because it was really fast mover.
Yes.
Yes. And then during university, we began a restaurant because I used to identify problems around my community, and always, at university, food is such a big deal.
Problem,
so
yes.
with my partner, we began a restaurant to run it for quite some time, but it reached a point where I felt something was missing. Yeah, because even as we were operating the restaurant, many people usually came around because of how we used to dress.
Oh, interesting.
Really, like,
So-
they like that kind of association. Like,
Yeah.
with people, I always had so many friends who like to be. I used to sell my personal clothes after someone saying, "Oh, where can I get that?" And also, subconsciously, you grow into this creativity. And so I began Joel Trends around, I think, end of 2018.
Yeah.
Coming to 2019, I began as, selling still clothes. You go into the industry knowing if I do this, I will be able to make money.
Yes.
So I entered as, like, let me sell clothes and make money. But soon you realize it's much deeper than that.
Yes.
Yeah, then I'm happy COVID also came in.
Yes.
Because as very many people saw disaster, I saw opportunity.
Yes.
That is when I started self-tutoring myself how to use all kinds of machines
Interesting.
and I was more interested in what the updated machinery.
Yes.
Because I discovered in our industry we're all using the same old technology, and for me that knack to always want to do things and to be the best at what I do. So I started self-tutoring. So, and because there wasn't travel, not many people were buying. I wasn't even selling online. I had just closed my boutique because business wasn't, when lockdown, my 6 months I haven't made money. I was paying rent. I was like, something has to be done differently. So there I pivoted to, I started with, actually I tried out even manufacturing bags, which turned out to be our biggest cash cow to this date.
Wow.
Yeah. So we began a concept where like buy now, travel later. And because we're adding the element of Afrocentricity, the African prints, it added, flavors to it, aesthetic to it, and we're different from any other person in the market.
I like this.
Yeah.
So talk to us about Ekikumba Fusion. That's something very interesting.
Okay.
Like you say, destructive.
Okay, disruptive. So Ekikumba Fusion. So we began Ekikumba with a brother of mine. He's called Adam Kajimu.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the process of me being in the design creative industry, creating a brand from, up, from down, going up, and we realized no business can move alone to success because, there are so many bottlenecks.
Yes.
If you're not collaborating, there's not really collaboration in this industry. That's a fact.
Yes.
You're not going to get enough support from anywhere in this country.
Yes.
We decided and we be like, how do we grow a community?
Yeah.
Because even people enter into business without understanding, one, that your business is solving a problem of a community.
Yeah.
And we discovered why we do not really break through so fast is we lack communities.
I like this.
For people, because with community, you're selling an idea.
Yes.
Yes, it's the why do you do something. So Ekikumba Fusion, like I'll tell you the word Ekikumba.
Yes.
Is actually a downtown slang to mean clothes, drip. Like, so when we used to go downtown shopping, guys used to always, even they would, Sebo, where's Ekikumba?
I now get the Ekikumba.
Yes, Sebo, where's Ekikumba? So,
very interesting.
yeah, and even when you listen to like music videos,
yes,
they use it a lot to mean, dressing, drip, and all. So I was like, how do we sell something that is us, that is a representation of us? So I took the word and we copywrote it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first thing. I was like, let's take ownership of something.
That's very interesting.
So we're like, let's copyright the word Ekikumba. And we're like, no, Ekikumba just only is for clothes. We're like, but then clothes alone don't exist in isolation.
Yeah.
You need other elements of the creative sector.
Yeah.
So we like fusion. If we fused within these other creative industries, and we build a platform monumental, because all these interdisciplinary fields are somehow or somewhat interrelated.
That's very interesting.
Yes, so we're like, okay, Ekikumba Fusion. Ekikumba Fusion brings together content creators, designers, models, artists, film actors, people who are into the creative industry for collaboration, knowledge exchange, to ultimately pave way for innovation and creativity.
I like this. You posted something that got my attention. You said your vision is to make Uganda a creative destination.
By 2030.
By 2030.
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Okay. So, this Uganda really is blessed with talent.
Yeah.
Actually, I will say Africa, but we are not investing quite in the creative industry.
Yes, I understand that.
And you would realize we are the youngest population in the whole world.
Yeah.
With our with about 50.5% below the ages of 17.
Interesting statistics.
And I'm like, we have millions of people. This is more than 25 million
Yeah.
people who needs to create opportunities for these young people.
Yes.
Yes, the mantle is on us because we're like, normally people ask, what has this country done for me? But always first ask yourself, what have you done for
the
this country?
Very interesting concept.
Yes. So we ask, with my partner, we ask ourselves, what have we done? This is such a beautiful country and we need it, to be represented. They call it the Pearl of Africa for a reason. Because it is full with, nature and creativity. Like, you know what? If we brought this creative, which happens to be our comparative advantage as Uganda.
Yeah, the creative.
That's why you go to, TikTok, it is
Yeah,
blown up,
yes.
Instagram, and
Yes.
all. It's just because it is young people who are on these platforms. But then on these platforms, how do you make money? How do you grow your brand? Because
Wow.
it is the easiest and cheapest way of advertising and selling yourself.
Yeah.
Then we're like, let's transform the way our country is viewed.
Yeah.
It is very creative. Our previous show, this is our second year as Ekikumba Fusion, and we
Yes.
got over 4,600 people who attended our show. For us, even these are indications that this is a very ripe market.
The data.
The data, yes, and we collect a lot of data.
Yes.
We've invested in research over 5 years, understanding the industry,
Yes.
the bottlenecks, the dynamics, the business, around the creative work that we do. So,
Very interesting.
yeah, we try to position. So you saw what we did, like in Down. These are all activations. We are building community, something for Ugandans to believe in.
Yes.
At least a belonging. Ugandans know how to dress, by the way.
Yeah.
And yeah, when you go elsewhere in other parts of the world, you really realize Ugandans really go beyond and above to really look good. And it's the first piece of information someone has about you on first sight. So we want to also put that onto our country image. So we want to be able to position Uganda as that creative destination.
I like this. So, Joel, you've built your business step by step. Walk us through the lessons you've learned and walk us through at least 3 big lessons you've unlearned within the industry.
There are really, really so many lessons to learn. Yeah.
Just a few.
Just a few. Like most times I'll tell you.
Yeah.
When young people ask me for a piece of advice,
Yes.
and I'll tell them the only shortcut to life is to never miss a day. 1, because of compounding interest.
Yes.
2 is because we get lucky. And you'll never miss a lucky day if you try every day. But if you don't try every day, you'll miss a lucky day.
This is a good one.
This life, this whatever we try to achieve, just know the element of luck is there. You just have to keep pushing. It's also luck that you met me. We have never met before.
Yeah, we have never met before.
Yes.
It's luck that I met you.
Yes, it's luck, but because of me pushing, showing up every day for what I believe, building this fashion industry.
Yes.
It's also what you picked interest in, and you're like, wow, this is quite interesting, the amazing work that you're doing. I think it's good, it would be nice to talk to you and all that. So one of the lessons is to show up every day.
Show
and
up.
you have to do, by the way, you don't have to do the biggest. You have to at least do something that makes you better, that pushes you on to the next scale. And another lesson is not everything is black and white as you see.
What depth in that?
Yes. You say that I'm going to, for me, when I entered business, I was like, I'm going to sell clothes
Yeah.
to make me rich. Soon enough, I realized that is peripheral thinking. That is just surface level. Clothing is much deeper than that.
Yeah.
How do you? it is going to introduce you to the next person because they tell us about building networks.
Yes.
It enables me connect with the next person who I'll share my idea with, my passion with, and it's like, okay, he knows how to monetize it. Like,
Yes.
okay, let's do it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and another lesson is collaboration.
Yeah, very
You will
interesting.
never go anywhere. You will never move the chain
Yeah.
above the ladder if you're not collaborating, if you're not working together.
This is very interesting.
It is very, very important to collaborate across not just your discipline, across multiple disciplines. Because when you collaborate and work across, you're able to actually look at your product as something that can solve a much bigger problem. Now, our next, because I began as a fashion designer, I thought it was about me. Little did I know it wasn't about me.
Yeah.
It was about other people.
Yes.
I'm solving a problem for other people. Now we are solving problems for other designers.
Yes.
Right now, I don't even put so much time into coming up with, designing, products that we're going to put out in the market.
Yes.
We are working with different people across the world. I'm like, okay, I think people love that jacket. You're a designer.
Yes.
What do we need? We need access to a market. We need access to tools. And like, okay, for me, I know how to give you access to that particular point. You don't have the access to the market. I can take you to that market.
Very interesting.
I know someone who can, with the machinery, that can bring that product to life.
Yeah.
How do we collaborate? I'm like, okay, we have reduced the cost of production,
Yeah.
but then we have added value to it. Then we go to the market. Yeah,
Collaborate.
don't try to own something. That's a big mistake. Every creative entrepreneur or businesses in Uganda think that you can do this alone. You can't. You will never.
I
The
like
people
this.
at the top are collaborating. The people at the bottom are competing.
That's a good one.
Yes. Competition only happens at
At the bottom, not at the top.
At the top, people are collaborating. They're killing it.
They are the golf club.
I'm telling you. So, yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very-
So, and then what I've had, I think what I've learned is almost similar to what I've had to unlearn.
Yes.
And then also another part is your degree, your education means nothing out there in the streets.
Like,
You have to be streetwise. And streetwise is you applying your skills. You have to possess so many skills.
yeah,
Yes, what you have to unlearn are the skills you were taught at school.
yeah,
The skills in the marketplace are very different.
yeah.
Knowing how to deal with people is one of the most important
Important thing.
skills everybody has to know. How to deal with people.
Very interesting.
Yeah? So those are some of the lessons that they need to. So when you go to the marketplace, it's very different. How money is viewed is very different. Nobody teaches you about financial literacy at school.
Nobody, yeah.
You learn it when you're out
There,
in the
out there in
fields.
the street, yeah.
In the streets, and it's different because it teaches you.
They had lessons.
It's like, my God, you be there. Like, I'll tell you right now as we're speaking, so many entrepreneurs, businesses didn't have lunch today. They had to forego it.
Yeah,
Yes? Because it's a lesson they had to learn. You're used to okay, I'll have all my, my meals 4 times. I'll go go to the gym, go have ice cream. Well, the marketplace,
is rough out there.
it's rough out there.
I like this. So, Joel, actually, I believe you've pointed out my next question. My next question was, if someone is a youth out there wanted to enter into the fashion industry, what are the first steps they would do? Just something small that they would do.
The first thing that they will do is, one, understand people.
Wow.
Understand people. Understand what do people actually want.
Yeah.
Yes. You want to enter, say you are creative, you want to enter. I like to use fashion because it's the industry I'm in, but you see, all these lessons can be applied to
In-
all
to
different
any
fields,
business,
into any business field,
Yeah.
creative field. Understand, because you are, whatever you're going to solve with your business, you're solving it for people.
Yeah.
And most times when you come in, you are looking at the solution from your own wavelength.
I like this.
Yeah? In your own parameters, you think if I do this, the best product, and I put it out, people will buy into it. And soon enough, you'll realize how that is not the case. Like, I remember when going into the business environment, I created some products you create, you love them.
Yeah.
Eh?
I get you.
And you're like, if I release this collection, oh my God, we are going to make tons of money. We are going to, yeah? And then there's one which is less appealing. And you think, this one here might not bring, so let's concentrate on the one which looks good. And soon enough, you realize the one you less appreciate is what will sell more. And then you will later realize these are just our feelings. These are our emotions. Work according to the people's emotions. Even when, like they tell you, when you bring out a product, always test it with the customer so that you get the feedback. The feedback enables you to iterate to their liking. You might like something like, I will do this, and I'm like, I like this.
Yeah.
Another person will be like, no. Maybe I wanted it just plain. I'm someone who likes subtle colors, so I just like it plain. But you invested so much time to come up with it. I'm like, okay. Yeah, then soon enough you realize that that's not the case. So understanding people is very, very important. Another one is network.
Yeah.
Build your network. Because that is the network that will make the noise for you.
Wow.
It's the network that will support you, and a network, I'm meaning even strangers. Friends and family will never support you that much as you think.
Yeah.
It is strangers who will make you rich.
I like this.
So build, and another thing, build community.
Yes.
Because the community is your reason why you do it.
Yeah.
You're doing it to solve the problem of community. So it is something you ought to know before venturing into business and trying to. And always test your assumption. All these are assumptions. Business is an assumption.
Yeah.
So you test your assumption,
I like
whether
this.
it will work. And when you wake up in the morning, why are you doing what you're doing?
Yeah, very interesting.
That reason will, even through adversity, you will be able to, overcome.
So, Joel, one of the reasons why I really invited you to this podcast was your guerrilla marketing in downtown, that fashion show.
Yeah.
Very interesting concept, very creative.
Yeah.
It made me think of two things.
Yeah.
When we think about guerrilla marketing as businesses, we think of the big corporate companies that have huge budgets. But you went out of the circle and created something very amazing. I'm not sure about her budget, but...
Okay, yeah. Actually, you're very right. Let me tell you, when it comes to budgeting, that is where people, get it wrong.
Yes.
Yes. So let me talk through about guerrilla marketing. Now, I'll still use what they call clothes.
Yes.
Still, I borrowed these concepts all. When you go downtown, say when you enter, the biggest fashion center in Uganda is really downtown Kampala, Ham, Owino side, and all the park area, and always the biggest small-scale businesses in downtown. The biggest actually is fashion.
Yeah.
If you go to look, even where you find where there are electronics, the biggest chunk of businesses are fashion stores and all that. On the roadside, the biggest fashion business on the road are clothes. Then when you're walking downtown Kampala, I know everybody who has moved through Kampala, you meet someone and they pull you, or they just hand you a cloth. They're like, Sebo Ogula,
Yes,
are you buying kano kajja kutuuka and all that? You're going to, always going to get it. Pick it and look at it and all that. Then you ask this person, how much? Ajagamba, jegezemu, try it on.
Yeah, that's a concept, yeah.
It's always a concept. I'm going to drive to my point.
Yeah.
And I'm like, jegezemu. Then you get to try it on. What would be your reaction after trying it on?
Definitely there are two reactions. You're like, this guy has given me his time. I've tried on this t-shirt. I must be looking good in it. and definitely you'll use some marketing words. Already you've taken time.
Good. But you see, by the way, they baited you already when they told you to try it on. Because when you try it on, you're going to put it on and you're going to picture it actually fits well. It looks good on me. You're going to probably picture on a day when you'll put it on.
Yeah.
So that is a subconscious trick. So that is what they call the mere exposure effect in their cognitive, cognitive biases, the mere exposure effect.
Yes.
Then when you look at it and you're like, oh, I actually like it, then you go to maker.
Yes.
So when it comes to price, they sold to you the value you needed the most, your emotions, for them to massage your emotions of how good you think you would look like.
Yes.
And then you talk price and all that. Another one I'll use, have you seen how Techno, Infinix penetrated, these Chinese phones penetrated the market in Uganda? If you look back, you go to town and they're always, I think the balloons up, there is music playing and all that, foot traffic moving and all. You get to, but somehow you're like, oh, let me find out what phone have they brought, what the mere exposure effect. Guerrilla marketing works based in areas of high traffic, and Kampala has the highest traffic, foot traffic.
Wow.
So we're like, what gets people interested?
Yes.
Then we looked at when you're selling a product to people,
yes,
you are selling to them, you need to sell to them transformation. What will this product do for them once they consume this product? How are they going to feel? How do they connect emotionally with your product? So our street takeover, the way it came about, we're like, how do we take over this city? Yeah. And one was like, what do we need? Because also you need to know what tools you need in order to like, okay, we have a platform. I have over 600 models on my platform.
Yeah, very interesting.
I have over 400 designers on my platform.
Yes.
I have over 40 content creators on my platform.
Community.
This is community. And we're like, okay, how do we disrupt this industry?
Yes.
Like I told you, they call me the fashion world's most exciting disruptor. So I'm like, how do I disrupt? So I told them like, okay, we're going to create the street takeovers and we want people to connect emotionally with what creatives are doing.
Yeah.
So we were like, what do we need? Okay, you'll need a license.
Yes.
Okay, we went to KCCA, we're like, what would it need? Because you see, it's a gathering. It's a gathering. Like, what do you need? Like, okay, you need to get clearance from police and all. We're like, can we be able to get that? We're like, yes. We call Naguru, told us these are the requirements, this is how much you have to pay and all that. You'll need about security to escort you, about 2 policemen would suffice. We're like, okay.
Yeah, that's
all right. And like, okay. Then we need to transform the way people see Kampala. It's a city, and we talk about Kampala being, a lifestyle city and all. We're like, how do we then incorporate all this to create something monumental and unforgettable into the people's mind? We had a show, the carnival, the Ekikumba Fashion Carnival. That was happening at Coco Beach. But we still need people from Kampala to attend. It has one of also the biggest populations. It is the biggest populated city. And we're like, we marked up, we have Ginger Road where there's traffic, we have Clock Tower, we have our monument for independence. We're like, okay, let's start from our independence because our journey has been threaded in freedom. So we talk to our models, we talk to our designers. We're like, you people, we need to be seen. And this is the idea. Come up with what? Let's express ourselves. Let's show this country what we are made of. So fast forward, we do it. We curate it. We had the team come together. All of them were like over 100 models, and the designs were You saw how they designed
Amazing.
it.
Mind blowing.
Yeah. And you know,
Very
it is something
mind-blowing.
that people couldn't experience every day.
Yes.
So we're like, let's take to the street. So we had them first. We first went to the monument.
Yeah.
As we're going to the monument, we started from National Theatre, the walk. People were wondering, is this a protest that is going on? Eh?
Very interesting.
We're like, is this a protest going on? We're like, no. So we know that, like, but they are so well dressed. There's something. What is really going? People, they just kept, as you know, they keep following, asking questions. People are moving. The crowd is building up.
Yeah.
It's building up. We meet. There is a tour agency along us. I think they were taking tourists around. They stopped us to ask, you guys, what is happening? Like, this was like, we love the designs. Where are we going? Like, we're going to the Independence Square monument. Like, oh, can we follow through? So they're trying to take people, the foreigners around, Kampala, show them the life. So like, can we follow through? And like, yeah, we're like, please come and also join if you like to. Like, we're a little bit scared. You do your things, but we can be there to support. So they came around. I think there were a bunch of because they had a minibus. There was another truck. So they came also with Africans from other countries. They came to see what we were doing. And then we also invited them for the show. Yeah. Some came through, because some had longer stays. Yeah. And they came through for the actual show, which happened at Entebbe, the beach. Wow. Yeah. So as we went, it kept building up. Then we say we're heading down to Luwum Street. Yeah. Luwum Street. And now that is where the biggest crowd is. And now there's that place which is a walkway. Yeah. So police had to clear it and it was empty. Nice. And then people were wondering what is coming. Is the president coming through? So that virality, and people are coming out from the buildings.
All windows are everywhere.
So when we started now going through the designs, it's a performance. Yeah. We curated it, and so everybody will come. Guys, we're really happy to see it. Like people are actually doing something for fashion. And some came. We even invited people to come. So because this is how you build connection with people, your product has to connect. Yeah. So they came join. When there's a point where we're like a political rally. Yeah. When we are now reaching towards downtown. Actually, when we reached down towards the park area, it was now uncontrollable. We even at some point we had to first disperse it. We had to first take 5. Because everybody wanted to participate. We had our mascot. Our mascot has these big shoes, one of the biggest shoes you'll have in this country. Yes. And he's all dressed up and confident. We had our flags, we had the people, the creatives all looking good. They all came to show out and to express this creativity. And then we had another person announcing, so we're selling our product of the Ekikumba Fashion Carnival. Yeah. And then we're like, okay, no. Then we're like, hey guys, check out more work on Instagram. You can see our work on Instagram, our journey, and all that. But most importantly, this is just a tip of the iceberg. Come at the actual show, and you will be able to see more amazing work. Wow. So we're like, okay. And you see, this has really tangible return on investment. You are connecting with your audience. You have that really one-on-one. They can ask you can connect with them. Wow. They can participate. We are turning spectators into participants, which is how you connect a community into believing into something much bigger than yourself.
You actually asked the next question. What was your return on investment?
Our return on investment. Now, because we were selling tickets, we got prospects. So we had other models go to the shops who ask, what is this all about? We're like, this is about us offering platforms to designers. It's us making noise that, hey, you've got to support Ugandan fashion designers, creatives. It's still a virgin industry, but then you need to give people the reason. Okay, this is why I need to support and that whole area has got tens of thousands of visitors, buyers every single day, every hour.
Yeah.
Someone is walking in, walking out. And we're like, then let's sell our product to them. And amazingly, at our show, very many people turned up. We had over 4,600 people. We had, Uganda doesn't have a culture of pre-buying tickets.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'll tell you, before the show, we had sold close to 1,000 pre-tickets.
Wow.
Yes, and these are some of the strategies that enable, because then we connected with the audience.
Yeah.
At a look and feel. This is not a brochure, a poster we're selling
And
to
actually touch.
Yep. Like I told you, the mere exposure effect is very important while selling to, yes. And they're like, okay, this is something worth supporting. Interest, and I'll tell you that very day we got calls from KCCA, a whole board sat that we received a call at 7 p.m. There's an emergency meeting board. They saw what you did, and we're seeing your carnival is going to be in Entebbe. We thought it was going to be in Kampala. Yes. Then we're like, okay, how do we can work together on the KCCA carnival?
Very interesting.
Yes, the KCCA festival. Yeah, we can be able to work on that. And then we had Uganda Tourism Board members who also saw value in what you're doing. I'm like, now this is what sells creativity in Uganda, as opposed to traditional ways of just say using TV and social media. This one, you connect with them with.
Wow, that was really creative and really hands-on.
And because we want to position Uganda as a creative destination. And because we've told you fashion is such a comparative advantage that we have above it all. Yeah, but by working together, we can achieve that.
This is very interesting. So I saw you post something about AI. You said most companies are going to be taken over, in simple terms, by the big AI companies like OpenAI and Gemini. Tell us slightly brief about AI and your industry. How is AI interrelated to your industry?
Yeah, so because Ekikumba Fusion is a platform, we began at the top. Now we are working backwards.
Yeah.
At the top is we have taken the product to the market.
Yes.
But we did not work on the levels to take our product to the market. Now, you see, the biggest, the richest individuals in this world are all investing in AI.
Yeah.
The biggest tech companies are all investing in AI.
Yeah.
What are we doing as Africans? We're not even in the space. But I'll tell you, we are coming there. As Ekikumba, we are developing an AI app. What it's going to do is going to change the way people experience fashion.
Yeah.
One, do you ever wake up in the morning and you look into the closet and you still have this, I have nothing to wear?
Yeah. It happens all the time.
Everybody faces, and one of the number one problems we solve every day is how are we going to look? And clothing is a big part of that. We are developing an AI that is going to save you time and money. And what do I mean? You're going to have an app where you can upload all your clothes. So it incorporates AI, avatar, and AR, augmented reality. You can scan yourself, create your avatar. And you can dress it with whatever clothes you have in your closets. You take pictures and all this, and then you tell it to even create for you a style if you don't have a style. So you can dress and you view whatever you want to wear in real time, as opposed to trying on, then you have to fold, all that. So we want to be able to reduce that time. And for designers, you always want to be able to go into the market. There's so many levels: sourcing for material, manufacturing, models, photo shoots, advertising, all that. What you're going to be doing, this app is going to be able to give you customization tools. There's going to be a design suit where you can sell, just like the t-shirt you're wearing. You're going to find, and you design your whole t-shirt like, okay, I want it with lessons to my podcast. I want a barcode here. I want a mic here. You create it direct on the app.
And it does.
Then when you create it, you can place order. At the back end, we are able to receive the order. And because it has the ability for you to measure yourself using your camera to pick exact measurements with the help of AI. So here I want it probably in black, white, gray, blue, turquoise, and all that for the designer without you committing upfront costs. Yes, of manufacturing going to the market, and you can view it in real time. And it has an e-commerce market space where you can order for it. If you're a creator, you create your products and put them on the e-commerce market space, so whoever sees it can order for it without you committing upfront costs. So we're basically changing how people personalize their fashion, from having different embellishments, logos and designs, really.
This is very interesting.
So for AI to take over very many companies also, it is simple. Most of these ideas that we have are running on foundational models, which are owned by big tech companies. OpenAI, you have Meta, you have Google, all these. These guys have access to this data. Like when we're developing our app, so we got an interest from a software developer from BlackRock. Yes, he liked the idea, but 2 days after we had been, talking about our product, he starts getting ads on his YouTube about Google developing a similar product. Which is called the Google Try-On. The Google Try-On. So these foundational models have access to your data. So they have the financial muscle to build something bigger and stronger than yours. They have the market, they have the money, they're waiting for your ideas. So you need also be able to find ways on how you beat the bigger models, and that is you building your community. As we're working backwards, we have built our community, which they don't have access to.
Very interesting concept.
Yes, they can have access to how to build the best ad, but they will not have the community
that truly believes
in you, because you as a person is who they need to believe in.
I like this. So as we wind up, Lessons to My Diary has a culture of 3. The first 3 is, what 3 lessons, just in one word, what 3 lessons do you leave to the world? The second 3 is, who would you like to see on this podcast? The other 3 is, you're going to write down 3 questions inside the lessons to my diary. Lessons to my diary. And when they come to this podcast, we'll give them these questions.
Okay. All right. My 3 lessons. 1 is to show up. Showing up, even when it is uncomfortable. Yeah? The other thing is, you need to brainwash yourself into success. Your idea, nobody understands your idea more than you. Society will tell you things don't work, pivot, do these things, because they don't have your vision. So you need to brainwash, you need to be very stubborn with your vision. Make sure that it is clear, always learn. And then another thing is, that's my second.
You have one last.
My one last is network. Build a network of everybody. Non-believers, believers, haters. Build that network. Surround yourself with people who want to get to the next level. Because they say you are an average of the people you're closest to. Me and my business partner can tell you, we can talk business any hour of the day and night.
Very interesting.
Because even if the idea clicked and you woke up in the middle of the night, I'm like, you know what? I need some tunnel vision. So you need that accountability partner who is going to walk that journey with you. Because it's really, this entrepreneurship, creative industry is a lonely road.
Yeah.
It's a very, very lonely road. So you need to be able to have people who you work with, and so build that network of people who believe in you, who can support you, even when things are not going well. Yeah.
That's 3 people you'd love to see on this podcast.
3 people I'd love to see on this podcast. Oh, interesting question. I never really took in time to really let me see who will I like to have on this podcast. Most of them, I think I don't know. Will I say I'm daydreaming if I say I would like to see Elon Musk on this?
It's not a daydream. Anything is possible.
Yes. By the way, the truth is anything is possible.
Yeah.
So I would love to see Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. Wow.
I would love to see Elon Musk. He's one of the guys I look up to so much. I think he's alien. He's not human because his thought process is very, very different. He has built the biggest companies. He has the best solutions for this world. Yeah, so for me, someone like that is who I look up to. He always has a solution for almost everything. We are looking at solutions for our transport. Tim is looking at how do we put transport
in the air.
In the air.
And then moving.
Yes, we are looking about how do we enhance our cognitive ability. He's thinking, well, if we insert chips into, our brains will be able,
very interesting.
So, and like, okay, we have problems with our medical, they're like, okay, how do we build robots that can act as doctors, surgeons, with near perfection? And also Elon Musk, and I hope if he ever gets to see this, please
That's
come.
a hard one.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, like I said.
Yeah.
So just to
another person I would really like to really see on this podcast is Salim Saleh.
Oh, interesting one.
Operation Wealth Creation, because they are the ones who are in charge of how we get wealthy, right?
Yeah. The ones.
So, and he is also invested in the creative industry. He's actually one of the biggest investors of the creative industry in Uganda. If not, he is the biggest. Right now, one of the biggest, textile companies in Kapeka, set up by Salim Saleh.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so I would really like to have such people to share with us their vision, because we've not seen podcasts where they share a vision for Uganda, yet they are investing both their time and their money.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last one.
The last person who I would really like to have on this podcast is who? There are really so many, so I want to really shift out to someone.
I think next time I'll prepare a guest.
No, it's not that question. I'm not really, but it's a good one, because now I really have to think about it. I'm like, okay, the real decision makers. So I would also like to have, say, Anita, yes, Evelyn Anite, because she's into the environment space.
Yeah.
I mean the investment space. Yeah, and you can see most of these industrial hubs. Yes, under her stewardship. Yes, and it's amazing work she's doing because we're looking at how do we develop our country. So anybody who has influence into helping to develop
and has the passion for it.
Yes, and has the passion for it, I would really love to see those people. So Evelyn Anite, please support the creative industry and all that. She has the expertise. To build it. And she's a believer. I met her some time back, I think last year. We had the tete-a-tete with her, and pretty impressive. Like, she has the really, really right mindset. Yeah. Besides, the politics, let's look at what drives our industry to the change, what really drives change. And these people have the ability to drive change, to lobby for us. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Joel. It's been quite a very good conversation. I've got to learn a lot from you. I'm very honored that you agreed to come onto this podcast. It's a pleasure meeting you in person. Nice.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff.
Amazing stuff.
I'm also excited to have come and participated in this podcast. Yeah, because we have really shared a lot on screen and off screen.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
I'm looking forward to collaborating further.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Cheers.